if you're a videographer, content creator, whatever you need that requires you using your laptop, I'm sure you know how important power is. So if you're in Nigeria like me, you'll be able to relate to the lack of power. So you might be working this minute and the next minute the light is gone because we can't trust our NEPA. That's why we usually shout up. See, now I still shout up NEPA. I've been traumatized, guys. Because of this problem, I had to go out and get a power bank for my laptop because I couldn't afford the, big inverter. So I needed to get something affordable and something that would serve me. So I got the Yoobao power bank. Yeah, I'm still getting used to the name. First thing I would like you to notice is how this entire thing looks. The design I feel is very awful. Do you know why I feel it's very awful? Because whenever I go to a place and I bring this out, I look like a glutton because people feel like I brought a cooler to their office, or sometimes I go to the party, and when I go to a party, I bring this out to charge my camera batteries and they're like, it's a party, bro, why are you bringing extra cooler? 100% of the people that have seen this thing for the first time thought I was carrying a cooler around, but sadly I wasn't. Now, the Yoobao power bank has the first thing you notice, this white stuff is an LED bulb. It's really helpful for you that are in Nigeria and you'll be working in the night and all of those things. It's really helpful for you because when you hold it down, it gives a really bright, light source. If you press it again once, it increases in intensity. And when you press it the third time, it enters into the SOS mode. Then hold back, it goes back off. So this is really helpful for creators in the night. I don't know what you may want to use it for. So you don't just kick something on your way out of bed or on your way out of your desk. You can just use this as a light source. Let's go right into the other functionalities of this power bank. I feel like this is a waste of space, honestly, but now this is where everything really is. It comes with 3 USB ports, which is quite helpful. There was a time I and my friends were out and we needed to charge our phones. Thankfully, I was with my cooler. Yeah, I call it that. I was in my cooler and I was able to charge everybody's phone. We're about 4. It comes with 3 USB ports and it comes with 1 Type-C port. Now this is an input. This Type-C port is an input and an output. So yeah, we're able to charge 4 devices and everybody's phone was fully charged and the power bank was still not dead. That's quite amazing. Still on the design, it comes with what looks like a cigarette lighter port, like you find in a car. So this is where you actually plug your AC to DC converter. We are going to talk about that in a few minutes. In this, you plug your AC to DC converter so you can actually plug an external device or whatnot. Things like your freezer, things like your, a fan, your laptop, and all of those things. This actual power bank claims that it can power a fridge. Nice. But before we'll get into that soon, and we'll be sure if it does or it doesn't. All right, still on the design, this port here that looks this way, this port here, they are your jumpstart cable ports. So you can basically jumpstart your car with this power bank. Quite amazing. It's like they did too much for the price I got it, but then I almost never have a use for this because I'm hardly driving. I'm possibly in an Uber or something, but I'm hardly driving, so I've never really had use for this guy. It also has this strap, which makes it easy to carry around without it falling. It's really strong. It's leather, so it's really strong, and yeah, it's not so heavy. But yeah, it weighs, but it's not so heavy. It's actually a 48 mAh power bank. This lasts a really long while. It's really good for basic charge. If you're going to be charging your laptop for like 2 times before the light comes back on, this is a great place to start. But aside that, I think maybe if you're trying to power an entire system, I don't think you should get this. When I say an entire system, I mean like a full workstation. Maybe you're working with screens, you are working with speakers and all of those things. You shouldn't go for this because it's going to just fail you. If you're going to be charging your laptop, perfect. If you're going to be charging camera batteries, perfect. If you're going to be charging really small things, this is perfect for you. It's actually going to last you a whole lot. But if you're going to be charging or powering bigger equipment, I do not think you should use this. I'll give you an example, but before the example, let's talk about the AC to DC converter. Now, this is the second AC to DC converter I bought for this power bank, and here is why. So when I first got the initial one, it came with that AC to DC converter, and it read that it could power something up to 150 watts and 220 volts. So I was like, oh, awesome. In the back of the speaker, in the manual, it states that it can actually power a mini fridge for about 3 hours. I was like, 3 hours. great, let's go home and try this thing out. I got into my house, and as I got there, I have 2 big speakers, right? 2 Behringer speakers. So I was like, you know what? Let me power these 2 speakers because each of them are 40 watts, which is not up to 150 watts. And I was like, you know what? Let's plug it in and let's try it out. So funny how immediately I plugged it in and I, plugged it into the power bank, it actually powered the speaker. I was very happy. So I began to play songs and stuff because I'm like, damn, workstation is set. I've gotten the best thing in life. So he powered it for about 3 to 5 minutes. Then I noticed that the fan in the inverter started, it started rolling and making a loud noise. And I was like, okay, why is it making such loud noise? Before I knew it, in like the next 1 minute, it just started blinking. I knew there was a problem already. So I unplugged it, waited for it to cool off, but the inverter never came back up. But the power bank was still working though, but it felt like it was, dying faster than normal. But I wouldn't know about that because the same problem I experienced with that guy was the same problem I experienced when I went to change it at the repairer. Thanks to Source My Gadgets, when I took it back to them, they were able to, give it to me. Even though I'm shooting at Source My Gadgets, I still bought this from Source My Gadgets. And they were able to, get me another one because that one did not hold up to the bargain. For example, you said 150 watts, I plugged in something of 80 watts, it blew up, I took it back to Source My Gadgets. It got me another one. Yeah, you should get your gadgets from there too. So after that, the inverter never worked again. So I had to get this replacement for about 6,000 or 7,000 naira. I can't exactly remember the figure, but it was between 6,000 and 8,000 naira. So this one basically comes with the same functionality as the other one. It comes with a 3-pin plug port. Then it also comes with a USB port. Then yes, looks like a car charger. So you plug it into these ports in your Yoobao power bank. So you plug it in, then it powers on. The fan begins to roll, then you can plug in whatever you want to plug in here. So this device has actually been really helpful for me as a creator basically. So whenever I'm without power supply, I plug my laptop in here, and amazingly it gives me a full charge even while I'm using it. Not just a full charge, it actually gives me a full charge and a sort of a half charge for the next charge. And I feel like that's good enough for me because, for example, my laptop dies. My laptop lasts basically about roughly 2 to 3 hours while I'm using it for heavy stuff, right? It lasts about 2 to 3 hours. So I can use my laptop for 2 to 3 hours. Then I now plug back. Before the laptop dies again, hopefully NEPA would have already lights. But even if not, I can still go again for another half charge. There it is. I have power on my laptop for about say 7 hours or 8 hours. Another thing I don't like about this is the LED indicator. This is an indicator light that actually tells you how many percent of battery you have left. This indicator is not accurate with the Yoobao. The first time I actually plugged my laptop in, I charged my laptop up to 50% and it was still on the 100%. I was like, oh god, I've gotten the best thing next to jollof rice. But then, just a few minutes later, it got to 70%, then it dropped to 99%. I was like, oh, okay. From 100, it charged my laptop from about 15% to 75%, and it just went to 99%. I'm like, oh god, what else am I looking for in life? But then, after I got to 99%, it charged my laptop a bit more. After I charged my laptop to about 100%, I had to unplug it. It was still on 99%, definitely. So I was like, man, this is amazing. So before I even get to 80%, I'd have charged my laptop like 10 times. I was already giving glory to my Father in heaven. Then I kept this by my side. Then afterwards, I used my laptop. When it was dead again, I plugged it in again. So from 99%, it charged my laptop again till about that. So 99% of the Yoobao now. It charged my laptop from about 15% to 50%. At 50%, it had already gone down to about 96%. But between that 50% I charged my laptop to the next 70%, the power bank had gone from 96 to 40 or 45%, then it just went off. I was thinking there was something wrong with it again. Then I realized that there was nothing wrong with it, the battery just basically died. So it's not accurate. It's actually, for when it's on 100%, it lasts forever, 99% it lasts forever, but after then, it's just a downhill from there. So this indicator is not accurate. I do not like that about it, but so far it's actually a great, power bank for you to use. It lasts long and it charges your laptop very well. On the Bezos power bank, the Type-C port can actually charge my MacBook. But for this one, when I plug my USB-C into this and plug it to my laptop, Basically, it does not charge my laptop. It just shows that my laptop is plugged in, but it is not charging. That's not great. I always have to use this. I always have to count on this guy to be able to charge my laptop. So that means you have to spend an extra, you know, 6,000 to 8,000 naira getting this if you're going to want to charge your laptop very well. And by the way, I use a MacBook 2019 16 inches MacBook Pro. So yeah, if you're using a smaller laptop, it's definitely going to give you more amount of charge. It's going to give you more charge time. It's going to give you more battery. For example, I tried it out on a MacBook Pro 2017 13 inches, and it actually charged it about 3 times. So it's actually a good charge. If you're using a smaller laptop, it will definitely last you a long time. This is in my bag, and it basically helps me while I'm on the road. For example, I'm moving from events to events. All I have to do is plug this in, plug my batteries, my camera batteries into it, and I'm fine. My gimbal, I just have to plug it into the Type-C port, and I have my devices fully charged because it has all the ports I need. So this is a very good power bank if you're a content creator, if you are a creator generally, whatever it is you do that requires power for, you know, a long period of time. I think this is a good place for you to start, right, before moving into the big guns, like the ones that will go for, say, 180,000, 250,000, 300,000. Those are already full-blown inverters already. But this is a good place to start if you're just starting off as a creator. I like it so much, and I've been impressed so far by the Yoobao power bank. So it's 48 mAh, if I had not mentioned earlier. It's 48 mAh, and yeah, it actually does good work. You should get it. And you can follow us on all our social media platforms at SourceMyGadgets to, you know, get useful information, useful tips just like this one. You're welcome. Now you can get a laptop power bank for a little above $120 or $150. So that's quite helpful, right? Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.